Good afternoon to all of you and chairpersons. I am Adil Hussain. Today's topic is cell-free DNA in adult diffuse glioma, gene profiling and dynamics with adjuvant radiotherapy. Adult diffuse glioma is a heterogeneous primary brain tumor. After the release of WHO 2021 molecular genetic profiling, form an integral part of diagnosis and prognosis of adult diffuse glioma. But obtaining tissue in inoperable location and diagnosis of recurrence can be an issue. So, in place of tissue biopsy, we are looking for liquid biopsy. Liquid biopsy is analysis of cfDNA, CTC, etc. released into bloodstream, CSF, as well as urine. It is non-invasive in comparison to tissue biopsy, early detection of cancer, tumor profiling of inoperable as well as recurrent cases. It reflects more heterogeneity in comparison to tissue biopsy, and it also allow real-time profile monitoring of disease progression and tumor evolution. Appeal for liquid biopsy in glioma. Blood draw and CSF draw is less invasive than surgery, and heterogeneity impedes treatment efficacy. MRI is limited. We can harbor CTC, ctDNA, circulating miRNA, exosome, and tape from CSF as well as blood. But obtaining blood from patient is less invasive in comparison to CSF. Our objective is to quantify cfDNA in adult diffuse glioma on adjuvant radiotherapy and to compare gene mutation in cfDNA with paired tissue samples. Our study is case series study, including 30 cases of adult diffuse glioma, including oligodendroglioma, astrocytoma, and glioblastoma. We collected 30 samples before surgery, during surgery, and after completion of radiotherapy. This is workflow of cfDNA quantification. First of all, we withdraw blood and centrifuge serum and extracted cfDNA by using magnetic bead based cfDNA extraction method and quantify by using amplification of beta globin gene. NGS workflow. We also try to detect IDH mutation in cfDNA as well as in FFPE-DNA by using CAST PCR by following this workflow. In our selected adult diffuse glioma cases, the cfDNA level was higher in compared to normal controls, and sequential decrease was also observed. But when we grouped our cases in responder and non-responder, there was not significant decrease was observed. When we grouped our cases in IDH mutant and IDH wild type, in cases of IDH mutant, the responder cases and in IDH wild type cases, responder cases have relatively lower cfDNA level in compared to non-responders. When we associate cfDNA level with clinical parameter in responder and non-responder cases, the patient with gross total excision and grade 4 and IDH wild type cases, non-responder cases have relatively higher cfDNA levels. In molecular, we have performed NGS in 7 pre-op cases and 5 post-op cases. In pre-op cases, the concordance rate of mutation in cfDNA with tissue was higher in comparison to post-op cases. In post-op cases, mutation was detected in all cfDNA with at least one mutation, and T53 mutation was so higher concordance in all pre-op versus post-op cases. We find IDH mutation with CAST PCR only in 2 cfDNA samples, and the agreement rate was slightly poorly agreement shows. Conclusion. ADG has significantly higher CFDNA levels as compared to normal controls with higher levels with increasing grades. A decreasing trend in CFDNA levels is observed over 3 and 6 weeks of treatment, but not that very consistently in responder and non-responders. Pre-treatment CFDNA levels correlate significantly with treatment response. Significantly lower pre-treatment CFDNA levels distinguish responder and non-responder in IDH mutant ADG and grass total excision cases. Targeted NGS in preoperative CFDNA match the result of IHC analysis with high concordance in compared to post-op samples. CFDNA may be used for IDH1 mutation detection. However, further validation is needed for more in more extensive and multi-center study. Thank you.